All right, so for Women's New Deal, a few things on here. There's big doings going on apparently. Hamilton's getting all excited. Um, so for Women's New Deal, we got a few things. Eleanor Roosevelt falls underneath that term, and you got some really good film clips, really fun stories to share about Eleanor. She changes that role of First Lady in a way that she really uses it in a way that women hadn't before. You could maybe argue that Dolly Madison kind of used that First Lady differently, but Roosevelt really modernizes it. So the film clips do a great job of setting that up for you. Frances Perkins and Mary McLeod Bethune, they're both significant. Your textbook mentions them as well, but they're both significant. Frances Perkins actually witnessed the Triangle Factory fire, and she said, understandably, like it changed how she viewed the world. She was already an activist, but that even more like propelled her activism. And so she was the first woman on the president's cabinet ever. She was Secretary of Labor, which again makes sense in light of like women's progressive era activities. We talked about the Women's Trade Union League. So she's the first ever woman cabinet member, Secretary of Labor, and she's key to creating the Social Security Act, which again also makes sense in light of what we know already about women's activism, right? That's something that would assist women and women with dependent children. And also the elderly, but in its connection to women with dependent children. And then Mary McLeod Bethune, she was, FDR didn't have any people of color on his like primary cabinet, but he had what he called his kitchen cabinet, and it was sort of like this kind of like secondary cabinet, you know, the ones that were kind of getting the work done behind the scenes. And that like unofficial cabinet had people of color serving, and Mary McLeod Bethune was one of these women. You have her official title on your outline. It's the Director of the Division of Negro Affairs. We've got this really great picture on your PowerPoint of her like walking into the White House, which again kind of shows her position there. And then the film clip you have talks about this. Such a good story. I love sharing it with you all. I'll let the film clip tell it though, about when Eleanor and Mary McLeod Bethune go to a conference in, I can't remember if it's Mississippi or Alabama, but a really great story about Eleanor's civil rights activities, in reference also to a relationship with Mary McLeod Bethune. Okay. That, I think, introduces and kind of summarizes for you like the positions of some women within this New Deal program. And then I'll do another video here in just a moment so I can keep these clips kind of short to set up kind of questioning if this really is a New Deal for women. Okay.